What's up, everybody? I'm Finn Mckenty. You knew that part. This is my second channel where I talk about business and marketing and personal development, all that kind of stuff that's not fit for my main channel. What I wanted to talk about today is what's working right now for me on Instagram, and more importantly, what that means for any of you that are trying to figure out your social media strategy or content strategy. When I talk to a lot of people, they're kind of wondering, what should I do, as though there's one answer to that. And I think what you'll find is that by trying a bunch of different stuff, you'll find basically 4, 5, 6, maybe 10, but I think probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 or 6 different content types that people respond to, and you can just essentially cycle through these different types of content. So I wanted to share the ones that have been working for me lately, and maybe those will give you some ideas about what might work for you. So the first one, most obvious kind of content, is announcing that I have published a video on YouTube. So for that, I just take a screenshot of the, on the YouTube app and post it along with a caption that kind of summarizes the video. The second thing I've been doing, I take 60 seconds out of the video and I make a little Instagram formatted video like this, along with a different description. Usually I just pick the most entertaining clickbaity part of the video and I use that as the clip. My strategy for that is first thing in the morning at 5:30 or 6, whenever I get up, I post the screenshot, and then later on in the day, I post the video clip, maybe around noon, 1 or 2, something like that. That's content type 1A and 1B. The next type of content I've been doing lately is basically just a silly joke. I happened to find myself at a recording studio the other day when I was doing something for URM. We were shooting a commercial with Chris Crummett, who is a producer that's worked with Issues and Dance Gavin Dance and Emarosa and Sleeping with Sirens, a bunch of those bands. We're doing a course with him, and we shot the commercial there. And so basically anytime I find myself in some sort of a photo worthy location, I'll just get whoever is there to take a picture of me. If I have an idea for the joke ahead of time, then cool. If not, I'll just say, take a picture of me here, and I try to come up with a joke later. So in this one, said I'm hard at work in the studio on my debut solo album. If you're wondering what it sounds like, imagine a mix of Pantera, The Wonder Years, Pitbull, Selena Gomez, and Burzum, with guest appearances by Frankie Palmieri, Wo Vicky, Slim Jesus, and the singer of Design the Skyline. Obviously, I'm not actually working on this album, although it is funny to me how many people thought it was true. This one here, again, we were going to dinner. I just happened to see this ridiculous, tricked out, import tuner race car in the parking lot, and I said, hey, take my picture in front of this. I didn't actually know where I was going to go with that. I didn't have an idea for a joke at that time. I just sort of thought, this is a ridiculous car, I should take my picture with it, I'll think of a joke later. And I did, considering it took me 15 seconds to take this picture and it got 1,700 likes. That's pretty good. Document whatever situations you happen to be in. It only takes a few seconds, and that could actually be pretty good content. Content type number 3 is what I'm calling a crowdsourced video. For this one, I said, hey, I'm working on a video about scene fashion trends, from crust punk butt flaps to straight edge varsity jackets to scene hair to white belts and girl jeans. Tell me your favorite one that I should include. I just picked some kind of funny pictures I found on the web of these various different trends to give people an idea of what I was talking about. This one also did very well. Look, almost 2,700 likes and a couple hundred comments. Again, I like this one for a couple reasons. First of all, it's really easy to create. It only took me maybe 5 minutes to find these images and write that caption, right? Likes are important for sure, but engagement is very important too, and this is a great format for that. Content format number 4 is a meme, but here's the twist. I've started writing more thoughtful, substantial captions for these, and I'll tell you why. Memes are a great way of getting a lot of likes, right? And that's cool, and it helps your rank in the algorithm and all that stuff, and there's a place for it. But here's the problem. What I didn't like about it, and I talked about this in my last video about Instagram, I was thinking, well, is that really building a brand about me? I don't want it to be a meme account. I want them to follow me for what I think and what I have to say. Just the same as a band could get a lot of likes, and you see some bands do this, just post a bunch of memes and get likes, and you're like, yeah, that's cool, but that doesn't necessarily mean anybody cares about your music, right? So that's kind of what I was feeling. It's my overusing memes. So what I did is I started using these memes, making memes about something that I think is kind of a more substantial topic. I noticed a pattern in pop punk of, in my opinion, guys feeling sorry for themselves and kind of blaming girls for that instead of asking themselves, well, where did I fuck up? How could I be better? I made a meme that kind of playfully pokes fun at that, but then the caption is serious. So I love pop punk, but this part of the culture has always annoyed me. The whole wah wah, poor me, girls keep screwing me over. It couldn't possibly be my fault for being an asshole and or always pursuing the wrong people thing. Honestly, I feel so sorry for girls that age because men are complete dipshits in our 20s and they put up with so much dumb shit from us while we hopefully learn from all our stupid mistakes. Don't be that guy. So I actually ended up getting a lot of really thoughtful comments on this. Here's another good one. I love this post. Learning to accept responsibility is such a huge sign of growth. Maybe this is why I could never get very into pop punk. What I want to point out here is that I kind of got the best of both worlds here. I got the reach and engagement that comes with memes, but because of this caption, it actually turned into a substantial discussion about like a real topic. So I've been doing this a lot with memes lately, and it's really working for me. And content type number 5, I think I'm on. I'm horrible at keeping track of this. Number 5 is just something personal. Just a picture of Lynn and I that a guy took of us at the Issues show, and how like I stayed out late that night, but still felt hungover even though I didn't even drink. That's not ever going to be my most popular content, but that's okay because again, we're not here to obsess over likes. We're not optimizing for likes because this is about building a following for you or your band or your podcast or whatever it is. And of course, likes are important, but remember, those likes are only worth something if it means that they like you. A like doesn't mean anything if it's a bot that follows a hashtag or just a stupid meme that they're not associating with you. So that's why I post this personal stuff, even if it's not the most popular stuff. Here is content type number 6. If I do an interview or something like that, I make sure to document that. Again, this is never my most popular stuff. Cool, you met a guy in a band, who cares? Or a girl in a band, who cares? But again, I want to make sure that I'm painting a picture of what I'm doing. Like Gary Vaynerchuk says, document, don't create. I think it's important if part of your, part of my life is that I meet with these people who I think are doing cool things. And I want to make sure that people understand that I'm not just a guy in my bedroom commenting on this stuff online. I actually know these people IRL. And I think that's an important point to reinforce. And so that's why I post this stuff, as well as teasing interest in the interview that we did that will come out at some future date. And then content type number 7, which I very rarely do, is posting somebody else's meme. I do this if I'm super busy and shot and I'm out of ideas. This is my panic button of like, fuck, I've got nothing today, but I don't want to post nothing. So I'll post a meme like this. Inevitably, this is the most popular stuff in terms of likes, 4,600 likes. It took me 15 seconds to screen cap this and post it, right? This to me is junk food of content. This is doing nothing. I shouldn't say nothing, but it's doing very little to build my brand or build my authority or make people want to follow me. This is totally pushing me towards being a meme account, which is not a good thing, but it's better than nothing. So on those days where I'm just totally fucking out of ideas, I'll push that button. So those are the 7 different types of content that I've been doing lately and kind of how they work for me and just the thinking behind why I do each one of them. And I'm not saying that these should be your same 7 buckets of content. They probably shouldn't be, but what I am saying is that you need to find what yours are. So just experiment with stuff. Post something every day, or better yet, 2 or 3 times a day. Do that for a couple months and you'll find what your buckets are. You'll find what your audience responds to. And again, keep in mind that it's not all about likes. It's ultimately about, are people following you? Are you creating a following for your podcast, your band, your channel, your product, whatever it is? That's what you're here to do. Likes matter, but what matters more is making people, is building a relationship with people. So keep that in mind as you are figuring out what those buckets are. So hopefully that helped for any of you out there that are trying to figure out social media. If you have any questions about this or thoughts, I'd love to hear them in the comments or in the Facebook group, and I will see you next time.